What's up everyone, it's Q from Retro Q Gaming, and this video is some sad news for some Nintendo fans. So, we all know Project Cars was originally announced for Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, Wii U, and PC. So obviously, it's already been released on Xbox One and PS4 and PC, with the Wii U version to be released at a later date. Now, the Xbox 360 and the PS3 versions have both been officially cancelled, but we already knew that anyway, so that's not what this video is going to be. But what this video is about was that Slightly Mad Studios, the company behind Project Cars, have basically become halted and hit an impasse in their Wii U version development of Project Cars. So the reason for that is they're struggling to get what they deem acceptable graphics and acceptable graphic settings with acceptable resolution and performance on the Nintendo Wii U hardware. So here's what they had to say anyway. There's a couple of little official announcements and details about it. But basically, what happened is the studio boss, Ian Bell, this is what he had to say. At the moment, we're running about 23 FPS on the Wii U. That's 720p, not 1080p. Honestly, we really cut the looks back, and I think we're looking to Nintendo's next console. We're awaiting and hoping for more of a hardware announcement at E3. We could reach a fairly solid 30 FPS, but it might take a hell of a lot of work. On the other hand, about halfway through us finishing, Nintendo might announce a new console, and then he goes on to say that he has zero knowledge, by the way, but this is just rumors, and his work might be the best thing that hit the new console in the driving sim genre. So we're playing a waiting game at the moment, and yes, economics do come into it. We're committed to delivering an exceptional and unique experience for racing fans on Wii U. So that's pretty much how it goes. That last bit from we committed to delivering an exceptional and unique experience for racing fans on Wii U is actually a part of a statement from Namco Bandai. That's from last year now, so it's an old one. There's also a couple more bits they put in, but that's all from previous. I mean, you can easily find that if you just Google what Namco Bandai had to say on Project Cars last year when it was the details and all were first announced. So what does this mean? Okay, the PS3 and the Xbox 360 versions were completely cancelled. For the most part, the Wii U is more powerful than the Xbox 360 and the PS3. It's obviously less powerful than the Xbox One and PS4. So it's somewhere in the middle. It's obviously good enough to run the game. I say that hesitantly, but it's obviously good enough where they can work on running the game at an almost acceptable level to them, because it's not completely cancelled. But obviously it's not up to the spec of the new consoles or the PC version. So what does that mean? I mean, they're going to wait. They might be waiting until Nintendo NX. Now, depending on the specs of Nintendo NX and the features of it, and when it would even release. Obviously, Nintendo have said that they're not going to even talk about Nintendo NX officially until 2016. Who knows? That could release at the end of 2016. It could release in 2017. So, I mean, that could be a long way off for Project Cars fans. Project Cars fans on Nintendo. Now, having said that, okay, yes, the NX could be announced. It could completely dwarf the Xbox One and PS4. And at the end of the day, Project Cars on Nintendo NX could be a much better experience than either of those games. However, it does screw out the current gen Wii U fans. So, I mean, you have to take it into consideration both ways. But the fact that they have to pare back so much, the fact that they've pared back so much already, and they'd have to pare back so much more because they're currently running at 23 FPS on 720p, the fact that to get it to even 30 FPS 720p, it just shows how much more work and how much they'd have to cut back even more. And to be honest, while I think the Wii U fans and the Project Cars fans on Wii U, I think they would be better off waiting, for the simple reason is, at the end of the day, if they did that, the Wii U owners would be I think they'd be unhappy with the current state of the game that they get, based on, you know, what would have to be cut back to get a 30 FPS 720p release on, just to have it on the Wii U. I don't think that would be a good thing. It would hurt the image of the Wii U. I realize this kind of hurts the image of the Wii U, saying it's not powerful enough to run the game anyway. But I mean, look at I think it was Watch Dogs, that when the game came out, it was an absolute joke. The version, the port on the Wii U was just so ridiculously bad that it wasn't even worth it. I think it was Watch Dogs. I'm not 100% sure, but it goes to show. I mean, an extremely bad behind the previous gen port could do arguably more damage than having the game out just for the sake of it, because you'd piss off so many people, and it wouldn't be worth playing. It would come out, and people that do play it would be like, oh wow, this wasn't worth it at all. I wish I would have waited. And other people, say, you know, articles and magazines and websites, and they would all use it as flack. And I'm not a Nintendo fanboy. I'm a big Nintendo fan when they do stuff right, because when they do stuff right, it's generally really, really good. But I think overall this would not be the smart move, and I think it would do more damage than good, despite maybe forcing the Project Cars Nintendo fans to wait a little bit longer. But it might pay off even better in the long run. So when it does release, or if it does release on Nintendo NX, you might get a solid 1080p 60 FPS, or who knows, but it might be considerably better than what is available right now on the other consoles. I hesitate to say PC because that's ever evolving, but it's not a fanboy thing. It's just, you know, it's the nature of the beast. So let me know in the comment section below your whole thoughts on Project Cars being potentially postponed till the next Nintendo console. If you think it's a good thing or if it's a bad thing, if you think they should just release it, or if you think it would, you know, it would be a bad move to actually release an extremely cut down, pared down, held back. I say held back, but you know, I don't mean it like you probably heard it, but you know, a version of the game like that. So let me know all that in the comment section below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter, details of which will be below, because I have a new Twitter series starting on May 31st, in less than a week from now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the rest of the videos in my channel.